shine. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Sparty and Preflight, and we are still with Todd Uriah and Riley, our special guest, who doesn't really say much, but it's okay because we still love her. Today we are going to be doing fire, that beautiful element that causes burn.
Okay.
Thank you. That'll get you.
You were trying so hard. Yeah. Beautiful. Shit. What else does fire do other than burn people?
I'm not prepared.
You should have said killed.
But you better get your burn heal ready.
Silence the room again. Wow.
That's what he's good at. Anyways.
Well.
Oh, can we restart this? I should start with that.
Y'all get your burn heal ready.
Yeah. Okay. Quote of the day, I am Quaid. Let's go.
I am Quaid?
I am Quaid.
Alright, well,
Douglas Quaid.
I'm going to start this one off.
You ever watch it?
My number 5 fire type is Blaziken. We've already talked about Blaziken quite a bit, so we're going to just keep it going.
Ian.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm guessing Jake also has Blaziken.
Who's up next? Me?
I have I'm going to ruin all y'all's crap over
I disagree.
here because I have a ton.
My number 5 is Volcarona, which is a Pokemon that...
I actually like that pick, Kev. Yep. I really do.
How did I not have him on my list?
Fire. You know what? I'd be surprised if someone said Heatron.
No one's going to say Heatron.
I don't really like Heatron. But yeah, it was very hard for me not to put Volcarona in our bug list. He is such a good Pokemon. He's super powerful. The only problem with him is just leveling him up to get him to evolve.
Yeah. It is difficult. What level? 45?
It's really high. 55? I can't remember.
Yeah. Barbesta.
Yeah, but he's such a cool type combination with fire and bug. It gets rid of one of the bug weaknesses. So I think he has a double weakness to rock and then flying.
Right.
And then he learns such great attacks. I think Fiery Dance. Oh, water. Sorry. Fiery Dance, I'm pretty sure was made for Volcarona, correct?
Yeah, it was.
Which is it's a decent fire attack. He has such a powerful special attack.
You should catch Volcarona.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Well, it's not that hard. You just gotta get a Lars.
He's really easy to get.
It's really easy to get the egg.
Yeah.
You just have to beat the Elite Four the first time.
Right.
Yeah, and he's very cool looking. He's a moth, a badass.
Yeah. Reminds me of Great Moth from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, just the red color rather than the green.
My number 5 is Blaziken.
Moving along.
This is
entertaining.
This is just right in a row.
All right, my number 4 fire type is Charizard.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna ruin everyone's list. Charizard is fantastic. He's a legend. Everyone loves Charizard. And the only reason I don't even have him higher is because there are 3 Pokemon that are just slightly better than Charizard. But, I mean, what can you possibly say about Charizard other than the double fire weakness? He's fantastic. Looks like a dragon.
Double what?
Fire weakness. Right? Rock.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed. I just can't wait for you to do your number 4. Go. I'm done. I'm done with Charizard.
I'm furious right now. That's why I'm laughing. My number 4 is Charizard.
All right, Kev.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
And the reason why my number 4 is Charizard is because Charizard is the only fire starter I actually like. In any
you
of
don't
the
like Typhlosion?
Now you're saying Typhlosion.
Typhlosion.
Oh, you're saying it correctly. You're subconsciously correcting yourself. That's amazing.
You don't like Typhlosion?
I don't like.
How dare you?
If I have specific starters, I will not pick.
See, think about Typhlosion.
And
so
Gen 2, no matter what, in Johto, I will always pick Totodile. I will never pick Chikorita, and I will never pick Cynical.
You should try it sometime.
It's a fun experience.
I have, but I don't want to.
I
love Totodile. I love Totodile.
Well, we're gonna need to
But
we're not talking about Totodile.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're talking about Charizard.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the starters though.
Right,
He's the only starter I like. I hate all the firefighting combinations. I hate all three of them. Even though you guys love Blaziken, I understand.
I do.
That,
I don't like Infernape that much, and Emboar is my least favorite. But
Charizard, Gen 1 is the only time I could pick any of the three starters, and I would actually have a tough choice picking one of the three starters.
It's very tough.
But I would probably go with Charizard or Charmander, because that was the first one I ever picked. It was the very first one I ever picked.
Good choice, Kev.
All right, Jake.
My number 4 is Ho-Oh. And I don't know.
Surprise.
I feel like it's a bit of a shock,
Legendary.
Too. I do. Yes. And also a Gen 2er.
Is Reshiram in there?
No, he's not.
Oh, wow. So I'm impressed.
No. Ho-Oh, I feel like, is very overlooked. No one really pays attention to Ho-Oh.
Yeah, I think it's because
of
his name.
To Lugia.
Yeah, I think because of Ho-Oh's name. I've always hated his name.
I like Ho-Oh, though. And you know what? Me and Ian, actually.
I had him on my list for likes, but...
I'm going to tell everyone a story. When me and Ian were younger, we were watching the first Pokemon episode, and at the very end, when Ash sees the rainbow, he witnesses a Ho-Oh flying over.
Everyone knows this.
I thought it was a Pharaoh. Me and Ian got into an argument, and Ian bet with me that it was a Ho-Oh, and he won the bet. And I was very angry, because I did not take well to Ian winning back in that day. I was a very mean child. So
we rushed ourselves through Gold and Silver.
I don't think
constantly.
We did. But I really like Ho-Oh. Sacred Fire is Ho-Oh's attack.
Yes.
That is
I like how
attack.
he can learn Psychic.
And I like his color. I just like it. He's so cool.
I do like the rainbow aspect of Ho-Oh.
Yeah, I really think that's cool. And you know what? I also like Burnt Tower.
Burnt Tower is awesome.
Ecruteak City.
I love the towers.
I love Ecruteak City. I love all of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. And that's why I really like Ho-Oh.
It's got great
And you know what? He was a pain to catch on my silver. I remember
God.
I had to use all of my great balls.
Silver? God damn it.
Yeah.
Use a fish and a half.
Awful. I used 71 great balls to catch a Ho-Oh.
Why'd you use Ultra Balls?
Good question, Kev. Because I think I just stocked up on great balls for some reason. I don't know why.
You just figured out, might as well use them.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So.
We're on 3 now.
Yep.
My number 3 is Chandelure.
Okay.
I originally did not like...
You hated them.
I hated them because I'm like, Pokemon should not be inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Pokemon should not be like a fridge or an ice cream cone, and we will get into that later.
Kevin Fennell.
No, I didn't. I'm not that bad. I'm not. I don't even like him.
I absolutely hated.
He's adorable.
Ice cream cone Pokemon.
God.
But anyways, I'm like, they shouldn't be inanimate objects. But you look at Chandelure. First of all, he looks like a Heartless from Kingdom Hearts, and that's already awesome.
Yeah, he does. That is cool.
Second off, he's just like
cool type combination.
He's so eerie in the fact he's purple. He's got the purple fire, and he's good. He's so good. He's such a good Pokemon, and he's fantastic. Definitely.
There was something about him at first. I was like, I can't like this guy, but I'm like, you know what?
I also like Lampit a lot.
I can't not admit that he's
Lampit, the thing is, like, he reminds me of the top of, like, an old-fashioned 1800 lamppost. And I love those types of lampposts.
Cool. Yeah, that is.
So, I absolutely love Chandelure. So.
Right, number 3?
Yeah.
My number 3 is one of the few legendaries I actually have on my list. I think I have a 4 in total.
Entei.
No. Not a huge fan of Entei.
Moltres?
My number 3 is Victini.
Oh,
Victini. Right. Okay.
Victini has
first
cool...
little cute Pokemon that I kind of respect, Kev, that you've said.
Victini, he's one, like Jake said, he is adorable.
But he is very strong.
But he's very strong. He's a legendary, and he has a sweet type combination with Fire and Psychic.
That is cool.
And he's the first one to have that, I'm pretty sure, right?
He also has V-Create.
And V-Create his own move.
It's not his own move anymore.
And you know what's
but
also...
it was originally made for him.
You know what also I think is really cool about him is that he's number 0 in the Pokedex.
Yes.
Very unique. Very unique.
You would think it'd be someone like Arceus.
Yeah.
Because he's the godlike Pokemon. But no, it's Victini.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So I think Victini's pretty sweet, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get Black and White so early, was just to get Victini right off the bat.
Yeah,
that was cool. And to play through the game with a Victini was just awesome.
Very nice. Very
and it was really
rewarding.
cool because usually it's so hard to get a fire type playing through the game, and
the fact that he's fire and psychic too, that's just the best.
And
part.
that gave you such a good type coverage that
right
throughout the entire game, it was so nice.
15 is good.
Yep, so that's what I have to say about 15.
I like it, Kev. My number 3 is Arcanine. And people forget about Arcanine. I think, after Generation 1, everyone just kind of was like, oh, well, Arcanine, okay, whatever. Arcanine is very strong. And I actually started to like Arcanine when I actually got a card of him. A promo card of Arcanine. It only has 60 HP. I think it looks
Rage
so
of
cool.
Flame, isn't it? Like, he's got 70 HP.
Yeah.
But he's got that like Rage of Flames attack or whatever.
Yeah.
It's 120 plus damage. And
yeah.
Like, whoa.
Very good. Then I got a Blaine's Arcanine. I got that Blaine's Arcanine. And then I think Arcanine is a very good fire type Pokemon, and it's just a pure fire type, which is very interesting too, because there's not too many of those.
No, it really isn't.
And he was the first non-legendary.
And he's a dog.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it was weird because when in the episode with Bill's Lighthouse, actually, when he goes on the big, his big wall of all the Pokemon on there, he's talking about legendary Pokemon, and he goes past Arcanine, and it's the picture of Arcanine that's on my promo card. And he was talking about legendary guys, so at first I thought Arcanine was like a legendary dog. Almost.
Yeah, he was originally supposed to be a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, and
but it's the whole legendaries don't evolve thing.
Yeah, and I think that was really appealing to me.
Yeah,
it's an
interesting thing.
He was the first non-legendary legendary.
Yes. Gary Oak has him though. That kind of ruined things, but it's okay. Gary Oak's all right.
Yeah,
he's okay.
He's not the worst rival.
No,
that's for sure.
Definitely not. My number 2, now we're on 2 here, is Tysplosion. And I say Tysplosion, not Typhlosion. The thing about Tysplosion is you look at Charizard and you're like, okay, I have to beat out Charizard somehow. And you look at Tysplosion, and if he doesn't have his fire on, he just kind of looks like a green and beige, like, weasel.
Green.
Yeah, it's like, that's green on his back.
No, it's not.
That is totally green.
It's like blackish blue.
That is green.
That is not.
That is so green.
What?
It's green.
On
his back.
No,
it's like a dark forest
It's a
green.
black or blue.
It's a blue for sure.
Dude, no, it's not green.
Now wait a minute. I have always thought it's green.
No,
it's like
not green.
All right, it could maybe turquoise. I can see
if you
maybe
want it to be green, maybe if you want to believe that enough, but it is.
It's definitely not.
It is so green.
Like I could see turquoise maybe, but
anyways, if you look at him, there's nothing special about him until you get that flame on his back, and all of a sudden he's just the coolest thing in the world. Yeah. And I love him. I always loved having him. And the other thing is, a lot of people don't like Quilava, and I love Quilava.
Quilava's sweet,
especially with the fire mohawk and everything.
So cool.
And I just think he's fantastic.
How is that green?
That is green.
Let me see.
How is that green?
It's so.
You are colorblind. You are colorblind.
I always thought he was green on the back, like a dark forest green, but apparently I'm wrong.
Why would a fire type have green on him?
That's the other thing I thought was so cool, is that like he was green and he had a fire type.
Your whole life has been shattered.
Look, that is green. Come on.
That is not green, Ian.
It's green.
That's not good.
It's a super dark.
Are you colorblind?
Alright, anyways.
No, serious. I'm being.
No,
I'm
not
serious. Like,
no, I'm not, because that's purple. And anyways,
you just pointed at a red square and said it was purple.
We might need to get.
We're gonna move on now.
All right,
number 2.
My number 2
is a green Tysplosion.
Is a green Tysplosion. My number 2 might actually come to as a surprise to some people. He's a Pokemon that's not really talked about too often, and that would be Torquil.
Okay. I like that pick.
Yeah, Torquil is a Pokemon that's never really talked about.
Not.
He's a fire turtle. How awesome is that?
Is really cool.
Like, if you want to see something awesome, look at a fucking
When
fire
I first
turtle.
saw him in the grass, I thought he was so powerful. Like I thought
The
this
thing
guy
is,
was
I
gonna
just
do
wish
it.
he evolved or something.
Yeah.
Torquil needs to
He does.
evolve.
Or he needs
Please.
like a first form or something. Or he needs to be improved.
I wouldn't mind a first form either. That would be sweet.
3 forms of Torquil?
I would never complain.
Wow. Okay.
3 forms of Torquil. But yeah, I thought
3 shades of gray.
3 shades
Yeah.
of gray coming out of Torquil.
Try to think of that.
Silence the room. Okay.
But yeah, I thought it was always cool. He had that smoke cloud coming out of his face, and he had
His nose.
Coming out of his nose.
whatever, it's
It is
his
his nose.
face.
Did you know that there's only a 12.5% chance that a TIE Splosion is going to be female?
Really?
Really?
And that's why I got him.
Yeah, that's why. Once again, Jake is extremely sexist.
In Pokemon only. I always got the guy Pokemon because I thought the girls
He's a
sucked.
little sexist in real life too.
I am not. Get out of here.
But yeah, I like Torquil a lot. I always
I
thought
that the guys were better.
when I first saw Torquil, I thought for sure that he was part rock, but he isn't. He's pure fire, and he's one of those few pure fires that's not,
Yeah, that is weird.
that's not a starter. You can just find him in the wild, and
Right.
I think he's super cool.
My life is over.
Why?
TIE Splosion's face, underside, arms, and legs are a shade of cream, and his back is a dark blue.
There it is.
Dark blue.
Dark
blue.
blue. Have you
We should play the
ever
song.
been alone
We should.
in a crowded
Yeah.
I'm
room
so
without
pissed now. Like,
you
that just
with-
ruined my life. Let's move on.
All right, Jake, you're up.
Number 2 is Typhlosion, Ian.
Yeah! Alright.
Typhlosion.
The
We're moving
green,
on.
the green Typhlosion.
Shut up. It'll happen one day.
Maybe
It'll
the
be
shi- check out the shiny spray.
I'm,
Maybe
I'm
it's
going
green.
to. Anyways,
That'd be cool.
we're going to go on to number 1, and my number 1, of course, is a legendary Entei. Entei is fantastic. The fact that he has a movie about him is great. I didn't really care so much about the movie because I didn't think he should speak English.
I don't
honestly.
think so either. I think that
just
was
don't
really
think
That's
that
because
that's-
it wasn't actually Entei.
Yeah.
It was the unknown.
Oh, that's right. Okay, technically, yes, that was the unknown.
Which
I
makes
just
sense
didn't.
because
I
unknown
still
are
didn't.
psychic type.
Yes, but I still didn't like it that much. I think Entei
Unknown
looks
are
very cool.
just-
I think all
don't-
3 of the
don't even
legendary
get me
dogs
started.
look very cool.
They're just a
And
huge
Entei
gimmick.
also looks
Yeah.
fantastic. He looks like an old wise man, which I've always loved because I love Abracadabra now. Because and Abra looks exactly like that as well, and I think he's fantastic. So he's my number 1. Are you all right?
My back itches so
All right.
much.
You're number 1.
My number 1. Now, my number 1 was already kind of talked about. Ian talked about Lampert and Chandelure, and my number 1 is Litwick. Shut up, Jake.
Kev, get out of here.
I like the cute Pokemon.
So stupid.
And I'm
dude.
gonna put down the name that no one else is. It's red.
You're gonna draw up controversy.
I picked the one.
Causing drama.
Yeah.
Part of the reason part of my thought for this list was to pick Pokemon that I knew you guys weren't gonna pick, and also
Very true. It's why I chose Entei for one reason.
Yeah.
Rayquaza, so I figured no one was going to do it.
So I like Litwick, and I feel like he should be talked about because I knew Ian before hated Chandelure, and I loved Chandelure. I love his entire line. I think he's so cool. He's Ghost, Fire, great
I like
combination.
Chandelure. Don't like Litwick.
Litwick, he's a candle.
He's a candle,
He's
Kev.
a candle.
He's a candle. How stupid could you get? Oh, I'm gonna send out my candle. Flare up. Sweet, I'm gonna light you up. Okay. Dude, come on. He's got it.
We're going to move on now before Kevin cries himself to sleep. Jake, go ahead.
Alright, my number 1 is my number 1.
Punching fucking toad. That makes sense.
My number 1 is Charizard. Charizard
Hey.
is one of my very favorite
Charizard's
Pokemon.
a fucking dragon. That's real original.
He's awesome, Kev. He looks so sweet. He's powerful.
Jake,
strong.
you do realize that I picked Charizard too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's one of your favorites too. No one can hate Charizard.
No one can hate Charizard.
And the thing is,
no one can hate any of the original starters.
his Pokemon card, his original Pokemon card,
Which
is
I never
the
got.
strongest,
It was the strongest.
Dark.
rarest
Dark.
card. I have a Dark Charizard. first edition.
Yeah,
Dark
gave it to him.
That was so good.
I had one.
I think it's actually.
My dad bought one for me.
Isn't it better than?
Actually, I got it.
Isn't it better than the regular?
No, it's not.
It's not.
The original is was the best card in the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, and it's the rarest, and it's worth so much money right now.
I believe it.
And I have one. I should sell it.
Look who we got here.
I'm not gonna do that.
Got a badass over.
Hell no. I'm not gonna.
Anyways,
sell it. I will keep it forever. But Charizard's just awesome, dude. And you know what? He's one of my dragon guys. Even though he's not really a dragon. Even though he looks like one. But he's
Alright.
awesome. Charizard's awesome.
So we're gonna move on here to honorable mentions real quick. Magmar,
Thank you.
the fire
Don't
duck.
even say Magmortar.
I was going to. He's not on my list, but
I
maybe.
like Magmortar.
Moltres, of course.
Houndoom.
Yes,
I like that one.
I wanted
Kev.
to mention
Thank
this
you.
because I mentioned this to
I like
Kevin,
Houndoom.
Jake earlier, and we totally
We
forgot in our
left it out
dark
in
video.
the dark, and
I'm
such
pissed.
I was gonna do it, but I
Houndoom is
so sad against it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
He should have been
Also,
at least in the mentions, and we feel bad just because Houndoom is the second.
Houndoom
dog
was
Pokemon.
so hard to fight
Yeah.
on Pokemon Stadium 2.
And you also
remember that one dude?
Yeah.
It's nearly
Oh.
impossible to find.
And,
Houndour, yes.
Well, yeah, to find a Houndour to
And
evolve
Karen
into
has
Houndoom.
one, and man,
Yeah. I'm gonna make an honorable
That
mention
thing
for
fucks you up
Riley.
good.
Actually, I'm gonna make Growlithe an honorable mention.
Well, you mentioned
I know, but she likes Growlithe.
I also had Victini on my
She's a
list of
dog.
likes, so I do like Victini and Ho-Oh and Moltres.
Anyone
All
else? There's
fantastic.
got to be
Reshiram.
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 Reshiram,
course.
another legendary.
Rotom Fire.
No.
Rotom Heat.
Fuck that oven.
I know.
Um,
The only
Magcargo.
Rotoms I like.
Magcargo.
Yes.
I like Magcargo.
The only Rotoms I like are the original Rotom, Rotom Flying, and just because of Kev. And,
Camrupt.
Fuck.
And Rotom Mo.
Flying.
Camrupt.
Camrupt is interesting.
I'm not a huge fan of that line with like Numel and Camrupt.
Yeah,
I don't
Numel's
like
kind of
Numel.
dumb.
I really don't, but...
He is stupid.
Anyways, our next video will be flying, and man, do we have a lot for flying. I
Yeah.
had so many. It was a very tough to narrow
Flying
down.
was the most
Flying was a
difficult
tough
for me.
one.
It was probably...
I cross out a few
yes.
for this one.
But we will see you then.
Deuces.